Mexico, okay. Hey you guys, it's been a long time. I already know it's been a long time. Let me tell you, my intentions be the best. I promise they do. But in real life, I just be in my own little world. Don't mind this little bit of, new growth what we got going on here. I need to do my hair next week, so we just gotta, make it do. But y'all see, I ain't bald head no more. I got me a little bit of hair. It's growing out, glowing, flourishing, trying to do the best that I can do. But oh my gosh, oh how I have missed y'all. So I wanted to jump on. I know it's kind of last minute, so I just wanted to jump on, give y'all a little quick update. I'm still in Mexico, as you can see. However, I am going to the States for a few weeks. So I'll be, gone for a little bit and then I'll be back. And hopefully when I come back, I will have a new home. So as y'all know, I have been having all of the best luck when it comes to my current apartment. I absolutely love my apartment. Like, I love it. It really feels like home. I'm on the top level. I'm on the corner, so I only have one person next to me, no one on the other side. There's a pool on one side of me and on the other side of me. Like, it's the perfect. I never get like spiders or like the little lizards, like they don't come in. Like, I really just live my best life. However, it is just way too many issues here. Y'all remember I've had water problems, I've had electricity problems. Recently there was issues with water. I didn't have water for like 10 hours, and then like weeks before that I was having issues with my water again. So I'm like, okay, something's gonna have to give. I reach out to the owner's like, I'm not there, because she lives in the northern part of the country. She's like, I'm not there. What do you expect me to do? You're the whole owner. You know what I mean? Like, and I pay my rent faithfully on time, have never been late paying a bill. Like, and that's why she likes me being here, because she knows that I'm a dependable tenant. But she clearly does not want me to stay here. On top of that, last year I did a 9-month lease so I could go back to the States in the summertime. So that was the agreement, and she was like, okay, that's cool. Well, when I re-signed my lease, well, that's another story. Didn't even have to re-sign my lease, because I've been asking them for my lease since September. Still don't have a lease, so I'm just not gonna fuss anymore about it. But she was like, oh, you only can do a 1 year. Like, I don't want to do the summer month, letting you go. Cool. Do y'all know she has literally been harassing me every week? Hey, Gata, are you leaving for the summer? And even though I know I'm about to be gone for a couple weeks, I'm not telling her, because I don't trust that she won't like pop up or something. Like, yes, she's the owner, but I'm currently occupying the place. So she was like, yeah, I wanted to come with my family. I was like, oh no. I was like, you told me I needed to sign my lease for a month. And then, like, I may potentially be in the States for all of August, because y'all know I do educational contracts in the summertime. And so I may come back and do that, but I don't know, y'all. I'm still up in the air about it, because the math is just not mathing with her. So I did tell one of my neighbors about what was going on, because they're cool, they're associates or whatever. The neighbor actually has a place here in Playa in the same community, but it's like the newer part of the community. Y'all, I went over there. I absolutely loved the place. She had 2 places. Her and her husband had the top floor, like the same, like all of these buildings have 4 floors. So it was the top floor, and then her son had the 3rd floor. Both of them were very nice. The decor was nice. However, after consulting with my best friend, she said, girl, I don't know if that's for you, because I don't know, do any of y'all have closets in your bathroom? I know that's like a newer type of style of model, is like them putting the closets in the bathroom. My best friend was like, I think that my closet in the bathroom, like the moisture is like ruining my shoes. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now granted, I don't have a lot of stuff here. Like, my clothing is like bare minimum. I wear a lot of workout clothes. I just got done skating, so I'm a little sweaty still, but I just very bare minimum. But she was like, I don't know if that's a great idea. And on top of that, the other thing, it's a little smaller than this place, so it's more modern. The setup is pretty similar. Like it's also a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, but I need my space to skate, and it's not as big as far as the space to skate, but it is really, really nice. Another thing, I don't know if y'all have ever seen a convection oven, but it also has a convection like oven and stove. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like it looks super cool. It's basically when you have like a pan and the only thing that will get hot is the actual pan. So if you remove the pan will be hot because it heat up the pan. But for instance, if you put your hand on top of the stove, it will not be hot at all. So it's a convection oven stove. The issue is that your girl likes to cook with a cast iron, okay? Like an old school cast iron skillet is what I like to cook in. Not all my food, but a lot of my food. And I'm like, am I willing to sacrifice? I know it may sound petty, but am I willing to sacrifice my cast iron for this convection oven or stove? I don't know. And it is a little bit more than what I want to pay. So they will have to compromise a little bit on the price because they was like, oh, the electricity bill is a little higher over here. So basically the way they do it over here in Mexico is they put you in categories. So like, let's just say you high usage of electricity, medium, or low. Depending on which category you're in is the rate that they give you. So if you use more electricity, your rate is higher. If you're in the middle category, it's a little less. If you don't use a lot of electricity, it's a little low. They take the average. So basically, because they've been using this property as an Airbnb, y'all know folks go to Airbnbs, they be in and out the house. They don't care. It ain't their house. They ain't turning off the air condition. They got everything running when they leave, when they come back. They don't care. So they was like, because we've been using it as an Airbnb, we know that the usage is up much higher. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So that was good news for me to know. And I'm like, am I willing to go back to like another high electricity bill? And it's not even fault of mine. So they was like, yeah, it could take, several months for the average to go down. I was very happy that they were honest with me. And I do like my neighbors. So I feel like they would really be good. They would be good owners of like the property and make sure everything was taken care of because they live in my building, but like I said, they have used those as like short-term rentals. So I don't know. Then another option, my dad is like, well, I could potentially purchase something out there and you could move in and just like pay me the rent. So we kind of talking about that. I don't know if that's going to be the best idea. I think it might be better for him to like invest in a property and use it as a short-term rental. And I was like, Daddy, I ain't like big bougie, but just a little bougie. And I'm like, the budget would have to be a little bit more for me to get like all the bang for the buck that I want. I know, y'all don't judge me. Do not judge me. But yeah, so that's kind of my updates on my living situation. My lease is technically not up until September, but she has been rubbing me such the wrong way. I was like, she wants me to leave is what is going to happen. So I am actively looking for places, but like I'm not just going to leave out of like being uncomfortable, even though I want to, because I want to be somewhere where I actually want to be, if that makes sense. So like I really want to be on the top floor. I really like my non-negotiables. I have to have a washer and dryer. A lot of people pay like to just send their clothes to get washed. I prefer to wash my own clothes. And then like I have to have, this might sound crazy, but I have to have 3 bedrooms. I have to have an oven because in Mexico, ovens are not really common, not inside the house. That's more of a like American, maybe European type of thing. So they do have a lot of properties that have ovens in there because they know that they're renting to foreigners. So like I have a oven and a stove, but a lot of them just have the stove top, and that's very common. Like I said, for like houses, a lot of traditional style Mexican homes, they use the ovens outside of the house, which makes sense because it's really hot. You use your oven outside, get it going. So that's what's been going on this way. Hey, not sure who popped on, but hey, I'm just jumping in real quick, giving a quick little update on what's going on my side of the globe. So yeah, so that's the living arrangements. It's a little ghetto right now, but I am hoping that I can find another place that I love. I realize like I'm not afraid of change, but I do get a little comfortable, so having to leave my environment is like, it is doing the absolute most. Also, this week, the AMCAS opened up for medical school. medical pre-med students or that are trying to apply to medical school. So I have been busy, busy, busy these last couple of weeks. So if y'all don't know, little update. Basically, probably for the last I've been like unofficially advising students to get into medical school, but like now I do it as like a consultant for another company. So I do advise students. So I help them with get their personal statement together. I help them get their application together, collect their letters of recommendations if they need templates. Like it's a all like get you together type of service. And so of course, my students have been freaking out. They're like, how do I submit, enter this course? I have a letter writer who I haven't heard from in the last month. I think they're ghosting me. All the things. So I've been getting their school list together, just all the things. So this week has been like super, super busy for me. I had to open up my schedule more just so I could accommodate more of my clients. So I probably have this season, I probably have about 14 or 15 students this season. And then last application season, I had about 14, 15. So it is a lot, but it is very rewarding. Most of my students got into med school last year. So like I said, it's just a really great thing. I also help them with the interview process. We do mock interviews, like it's a great experience. I deal with a lot of different personalities, a lot of different socioeconomic backgrounds, cultures, things like that. So they definitely keep me on my toes, to say the least. So I'll have to update y'all, let y'all know how my clients is doing as the application season goes on. But yeah, I have some students applying to Ivy League schools this year that I feel like several of them are going to get into their top schools. Like I'm just really excited with this season. Like my group that I have is, yeah, and it's all one-on-one, but I'm just saying group as far as like this cohort is a pretty great cohort. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah, so that's a little update. Another update what I have going on. So y'all know my background is education even before like the whole, going to med school, dismissed scenario. So I have been doing contract work for the last couple years in the summertime, but now I'm doing contract work as an instructional designer. So I'm working with a university. I'm actually working in their school of education. So that's pretty dope because again, my background is education. So working in that background and building out courses for the university because they're revamping their programs. So I work with, we call them subject matter experts. And so I work with them. We have meetings every week and I basically build out the coursework. But the dope thing about the university that I do the contract work with, they allow me to use AI, y'all. If you are not using ChatGPT, if you are not using BAR, if you're not using whatever your platform of choice is, like what y'all waiting on? What are y'all waiting on? Why y'all not using artificial intelligence? Like it is amazing. It is truly amazing. Like I love it. I can't tell you the last, like for like little small emails, like I have a whole email thread in my chat GPT that I utilize to like draft out emails for me because I'm an excellent writer, but it takes me time, to craft things. And it just helps me with like time management, especially for small tasks. I mean, it helps me if I only have a couple ingredients in the house and I'm like, what can I make for dinner? I got 2 potatoes, a couple, a pound of chicken, some gravy, whatever it is I have, some onions, some mushrooms, they gonna come up with a dish for me, and I really appreciate that. Like if I want a little workout plan, ChatGPT is going to get me right. If I want to go over my budget and see where I can cut things, I literally will put in my budget for ChatGPT. ChatGPT is gonna get me together. Like I love AI, and there is better AI out there besides ChatGPT, but that is definitely my choice that I really enjoy. So yeah, got that going on my way. I was in the States a couple weeks ago. Two of my good friends, one I went to med school with and the other one I met while I was in med school, they got married. Y'all, literally the best wedding, okay? Like, And it was the best wedding, not even because of the the glamour, which it was all the things. Like, believe me, it was all the things. It was all the glamour. It was a 2 day wedding. It was a Nigerian wedding, and they came from two different tribes. Because I know people say like Nigerian wedding, but you do kind of have to specify like which tribe, because everybody has their own cultural differences, and they have their own traditions depending on the tribe. But y'all, I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away by the thoughtfulness, the fact that, you know, there was literally a fusion of like the family and the friends. And one of my friends, both of her parents are Nigerian. My other friend, his dad is Nigerian, but his mom is African American. So they did a really good job just fusing all the things together. The first day, like I said, was traditional Nigerian Igbo and Yoruba wedding, and then the second day was like the American tradition. But of course, they still had, you know, the Afro like infusion as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like, these families, like, they literally was praying and covering my friends, you know, as they come into this union together. Beautiful, beautiful. I was like, meanwhile, all I got is this broom to jump over. You know what I mean? Like, what? And not saying, let me not talk too much shade, because I feel like we have some beautiful weddings, and like we have our own traditions when it comes to American weddings as well. But just like the richness in the tradition, I'm just sorry, there's just no comparison. There's no comparison at all. It was like literally amazing. It was amazing. Like, I absolutely loved it. I had a good time. I ate good. I danced the night away. Like, it was amazing. And then I got to see a lot of my friends from med school. So I got to check in with them, see how they doing, their lives. Everybody is flourishing out here, being great. So yes, I got to see all my doctor friends or whatever. And it's something, one of the highlights of the wedding though, they did like had their friends from different like time periods of their lives come up, and then they named the group while they was up there. So like, she had her friends from like middle school and before middle school come up, and well, both of them, and then they had like from college and like beyond, like from college years come up, and then they had from med school and like their residency. Y'all, phenomenal. So I think the first group was like the day ones, and then the second group was, I don't even know, the best group was the trenches, which was the med school and the residency group. So we had a good time, like, and we all got to go and dance with the bride and groom, and they took pictures, and we all, you know, we had a song for each genre of their life. It was, I mean, I'm gonna be talking about it for the rest of the year. Like, it was just that good. I was sending videos and pictures to my grandma, and my grandma, she called, she was like, that was beautiful. And I just got little snippets, you know, of course, you know, respectful, we didn't take pictures and stuff during the ceremony, but it was a time. Like, I was literally speechless. Like, I'm still recovering, and it was like 2 weeks ago. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. So if any of my friends on here want to invite me to their wedding, and they from different cultures and stuff, let me know, because I'll be there. I will be a wonderful guest. I will bring you a gift and all the things. No worries, okay? Wonderful time though. But yeah, so that is pretty much what's going on. My dad, he retired this year. So that is awesome, and I am helping to throw him a retirement party when I go to the States. I have been trying to get my family to do family photos. We haven't done family photos in at least probably like 6 or 7 years. They're trying to give me a hard time, y'all. I promise. I sent them the color palette for the photos months ago. I'm probably last year, like probably literally last year, and they acting like they don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm trying to get them together when I get home. And then my mom is like, oh, I want to do family photos too. So I'm like, child. So I'm like, you might have to wait till August when I come back as well. So definitely got a lot of things going on. Looking forward to the summertime. Like I said, I'll be doing my instructional design contract. I do tutor throughout the school year as well. So that's my last week with like my kids is next week. So that's going to be so slowing down. So I'm looking forward to having an amazing time. My niece is graduating from high school this year. My niecey poos, go girl. All of my nieces graduating this year. And then one of my nieces, she runs track. So we are rooting for her to make it to the state, and she is, already going to be running in college as well. So really looking forward to supporting her. That's really the reason why I'm going to the States, because there's graduation. I'm actually missing prom. Prom is this weekend, I believe. Yes, prom is this weekend, so I'm missing prom, but like graduation, and if y'all know anything about like sports, trying to get to state, you gotta like start at the district level, then you go to like regional and state. So looking forward to going home, supporting her. She moved her graduation party up a couple of weeks because I was actually going to be back in Mexico, and she was like, I want my aunt to be there. So I don't know what that's all about. I love my niecey poo, but like, girl, what's the real tea? But anyways, so she's changing it, so I'll be able to be there for that. A lot of my friends done had babies this year, and this is like the year of boys or something, because everybody been having boys. So one of my little cousins had a girl, but other than that, everybody's been having boys. So looking forward to like going and seeing some of my friends. I got to get to Atlanta this summer somehow, some way. I got to get to Houston this summer. I've got to get to Orlando this summer as well, or like this year, I'll say. Oh, another thing, I am going to Cuba in September, so I am definitely gonna be keeping y'all updated on that trip. A little nervous, but really excited. I'm definitely been trying to watch some Cuban telenovelas so that I can get my Cuban Spanish together, because Cuban Spanish and Mexican Spanish, it is not the same. It is not the same. So I'm definitely gonna be working on stepping my Spanish up. I will say, I definitely know my Spanish has improved over the years. Y'all know when I was in Puerto Rico, like I barely could barely read a sign, and now I'm like, okay, it is much better. But I be lying though too, because I be like, I'm gonna get focused and I'm gonna study every day. Lies and deceit. Like I go through phases in my language journey. Like there's some times where I'm like really invested and I'm like, oh, I'm about to do my Spanish lesson, I'm about to do this. And then there's other times where like the only Spanish that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day is like when I'm speaking to people, which is every single day. And like I always try to watch all my shows and stuff in Spanish, but like it gets exhausting sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, not gonna hold you up. It definitely gets exhausting at times. But yeah, like other than that, Spanish is improving. I'm probably about a 3.5-year-old now. Like the goal is to be like a 4-year-old by the end of the year. So in my Spanish, so I will definitely say I can communicate pretty well. Like I'm getting out of my toddler phases. I do need to start like working on my speed though, because I just be so comfortable in my Spanish that I just be talking so slow. So I do want to start working on my speed a little bit more, because yeah, that's not cute. Like you can do a little bit better, sister girl. So yes, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that's been going on my way? Oh my gosh, I was so sad. So like 2 weeks ago, I don't know, y'all can see my background, but this is like my balcony area. And sometimes the birds, they don't know the windows. And why did I have a bird? He had an accident and he flew into my door. And he ain't make it, y'all. He did not make it. I was so sad. I'm like, oh my gosh, there was nothing I could do though, So he had to get buried, unfortunately. I named him Adam. And he had to get buried. But yeah, that happens. I had a friend girl out here who, same thing happened to her. She lives in a similar complex as me, and a bird flew into her window and died. And I was like, I didn't realize the birds would be flying that fast. I mean, you be seeing them in the air. They be like, but I'm like, them things really be flying super fast in order to like hit the door and to actually die. Like they can't recover. So yeah, that was pretty sad, a little traumatic. I'm not gonna lie to you. So yeah. But again, I think that's all that I have for here. Again, I'm still trying to decide, if I'm gonna revamp this page outside of like going live, if I'm gonna have a direction, if I'm going, I don't know. I'm still figuring out my life. Y'all been rocking with me since 2018. So like wow, so we going on 6 years now, 6 years, and it's okay. Like I'm still figuring it out. If you're not exactly where you want to be, or you still figuring out your life, it's okay. Like you have time. It's about being present in the moment. Like I'm not so caught up with tomorrow that I don't get to enjoy today. So I'm really just enjoying my life, enjoying the space that I'm in. Like I said, it's been officially 6 years since my world changed, and I've been enjoying every moment of it. I really have. I really have. And again, I just pray that you all have an amazing, safe weekend, and I will be talking to y'all soon. All right. Bye.